It is a beautiful day to be conscious and existing, experiencing reality. I have had some interesting realizations. So yesterday I was feeling such weird energy. I don't know, there's just a lot of energy. And then after Cosmic Spirit Church, I had this like really weird dizzy spell. And I had to lay down for like several hours. It was really weird. It was like vertigo. I had it a few times, but I had to lay down for several hours. And then like another friend of mine actually said she had a really weird dizzy spell yesterday. Been having a hard time sleeping. And I just feel like there's a lot of energy right now going on the planet. And of course, most of us know TikTok is currently banned. It happened yesterday. That's really interesting. Hopefully the next people coming into power will sort that out. Sounds like they're trying to do that, so that's good. Yeah, it's a really weird time in history. When it comes to freedom of speech and connection, oneness. So we are here now, enjoying the journey, trusting the contrast. I'm using this as an opportunity to create new things and explore new spaces and just be present to the journey. And so there's a lot of really interesting energy going on. And what I really became present to and felt like a real win was I really was present to the fact that I was out of alignment and feeling really odd. And instead of just running with that, I let myself like pause and be very conscious about the fact that I didn't want to make decisions or do anything while in that vibration. It's very easy when you're in especially the lower vibrations, to act and then later on be, why did I do that? And the reason you do that is because you are aligned to something. Morning. You are aligned to something, but it's necessarily your highest knowing. It's not necessarily in alignment with your truth. And so when we're feeling in those lower vibrations, it's not wrong. It just is. But it's so important to recognize that we aren't aligned to what could be best for us, what could be our biggest, most expanded version of ourselves. And so I was really proud of myself yesterday because I was feeling this really weird energy. And I just got really present with myself. I said, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to just chill out. And by the evening, I think because I'd kind of had that like presence, I decided to, it feeling better. And that was what was really beautiful. So this morning, I'm feeling so much more aligned. The last few days, I've really been struggling with sleep, and I've heard a lot of people are struggling with that. Good morning. And so I'm just being present to that and not letting it throw me. So that's really beautiful. I decided to leave on comments today. It was just an intuitive thing. I asked that they are kept respectful and loving, and so much love to you all. Let's get into it. I am not doing a cleansing with smoke because I noticed it just aggressively affects my nose and my breathing, and then I'm sniffling the whole time, so I don't think that's very practical. So we're just going to do a very intentional cleansing with this gorgeous piece of silk. So as we all know, in 3D, time and space are I don't want to say an illusion, but they're a construct of the 3D, right? And so anyone who is here, anyone who's in the future can still connect into this energy because we are one consciousness. And it's a beautiful time to just recognize our oneness as a consciousness. So if you feel open to it, just let this energy that I am sending to you relax into your cells, Just be present with yourself. It's a beautiful time to be connected to your own spirit, your own alignment, trusting that you're here because you are aligned to a message from spirit, to hear what you need to hear. All perfect. You are so worthy of taking a moment and being present with yourself and your guides and spirit. And that's why we're here today. All right, let's get into it. So let's light our candles together. Our purple candle is starting to be at its end. It's got this tiny little wick down here, so let's see if we can light it. As we light this candle, feel free to intend connection with spirit, clarity, openness, all the good stuff. Fire is one of my favorites. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure I love how close this is to the side of this candle. I think we're just going to let this one. But we can intend into the flame first. All right, but we are going to pop a candle here. You know, it's funny you mentioned the nails thing because that is something I want to start doing for myself because I really, really love them aesthetically. And it is something I'm manifesting with my bigger abundance. So, see, I have gotten them done before, though. I just don't get them done very regularly. All right, and we can connect to our heart, our presence, our centeredness. Alrighty, so let's get into our first card, which intuitively I was guided towards the Sacred Rebels Oracle. So wherever you are, whether you're live stream or you're seeing this in the future, just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And we're going to ask Spirit to guide us to whatever message we need to hear for our clarity, our expansiveness, our alignment to our dreams and desires. What is it, Spirit, that we need to hear? I had the most wonderful dream last night. Like, have you ever been in a dream where it's so beautiful, yummy, that you wake up a bit and then you're like, no, I'm going back in. I did that like 4 different times last night and it was just delicious. It was really interesting because there's been a theme in my dreams every so often that has come up over the years as, for me, I believe a marker in my self-confidence and my worth. And it comes up in the form of a boy I had a crush on years ago. And I was very insecure around him, could barely talk to him. And he still shows up in my dreams, almost like an archetype, right? Like, I do believe we are soul connected. We had soul contracts, but that's been done for a long time in this life. But he comes up as an archetype of my personal confidence. And as I engage with him as I get older, I become more confident and I become less attached. And it's a really beautiful thing. And last night was the first time that I realized that I had better things to do. Like I'm like, oh, I appreciate you. You're so lovely. And I love the energy together, but it was just this like, oh, I appreciate you. And then I was like focused on other stuff. And it was so wonderful. And the dream was wonderful and yummy. There's usually like broader dreams. And then he kind of shows up and I like observe how I engage with that energy. And last night I was just like, oh, it's nice you're here. But then there was something else that I was focused on, and it was just so lovely to see this growth within myself of knowing my worth and being present to just having moved forward in life and having that be okay. And that was just really lovely, because as an archetype, I see him as like who I was as a child. I saw myself, my worthiness, and it's always nice to see how that's like progressing. And that was just really beautiful. And there were some other yummy, juicy characters like in the dream, and we were at my old theater and we were putting on a show. It was just so lovely. It was just such a lovely dream. And in general, it was just such a lovely space to be in. And I just felt so released. So released from my old paradigm, so released from old concepts of self. And I could just be. It wasn't even like a rejection of that. It was just like, oh, it's all good. And it was really lovely. All right, so this is... I'm not 100% know what this card is, but this just feels so appropriate. Release the dark wound. Let love live. Man, energy does not lie. Ever. Ever. The number is 25 for those of you who work with numbers. All right. Let's get into it. If we touch something from its source too soon, trying to force it to become what it is not, yet ready, trying to force it to become what it is not ready for, willing to become. Oh my gosh. Sometimes these things are too early. Okay. Trying to force it to become what it is not yet ready or willing to become. We can unintentionally sap it of strength and kill it. There is a dark wound in the consciousness of humanity which demands perfection and denies process. If you are thinking of publishers before you have even written the book, if you are comparing your unfinished song idea to the latest best-selling pop release, if you have decided you are not good enough or worthy enough to succeed before you've given it everything you've got and asked for divine help, then this dark wound has you in its grasp. You have to let go of the death grip of perfectionism and let yourself and your ideas live. Love is abundant, creative, and inspiring. It moves us so much more joyously and creatively than fear. If you are being asked to honor the path of your own love, what inspires you, what feels exciting, joyful, and perhaps even rather different? Let that live. Release the dark wounding of false belief. There are countless stories of vastly successful artists who very nearly binned the project that was the making of their career because of the despair fostered by their own dark nature. They doubted. They were uncertain. Was their work any good? Was it useless? They struggled to believe in the right of a work to come to life. Whether it was accepted, revered, or rejected by others or not, they nearly lost their work to fear. Undoubtedly, there have been many times when this has actually happened and the work was not saved, not allowed to live. Do not let this happen to you. Whether something is meant to be a commercially oriented venture or a more personal creation for your own therapeutic healing, it must be allowed to be without judgment, without criticism, even without premature evaluation. It must be allowed to be what it is, and only time, love, patience, and attention will reveal it. If you have drawn this card along with the Oracle of Defend to the End, the Worthwhile, or the Oracle of New Birth, Guard It Vigilantly, which we pulled yesterday, Okay? Then the message above is amplified, and you are asked to act on this immediately so that your path can continue under the protection and grace of wisdom. If you feel drawn to read the message of one or both of those additional cards, whether you have drawn the card in this reading or not, trust your instincts and do that in addition to completing the reading of this guidance and the healing process below. You can do the healing process for those additional cards if you wish to do so. The messages of this card are also amplified if you have been drawn to the being mind, the heart beats. If you have not drawn that card but feel inspired to read its message and complete the healing process for that oracle, trust yourself and do so now. Okay, so yesterday we pulled the new birth, guard it vigilantly, which I just was thinking of, honestly, because I was like, wow, this sounds so like the next card to what we were learning about, which was this idea of like, there's something you're creating, guard it vigilantly. You don't have to put it out there away. And then this says, let it be nurtured. Let this thing that you're excited about be nurtured. Now, I feel like this super resonates for me. And I think probably a lot of us who are wanting to be our authentic selves, wanting to put ourselves out there, and we're so scared of, you know, the criticism or things like that. I did just come across a video yesterday that has been super healing on this comes to feeling like others are going to judge us. And I think I'm going to post that in the Telegram group because it's really good. Mom, I know you're on here. If I don't do that with the cards, remind me. It's super powerful. Speaking of the Telegram group, I do post the cards we pull each day in our Telegram group, which is the Cosmic Spirit Church Telegram group. So if you're interested in the healing process or reading that previous card or just connecting in with the community and what we're creating here, feel free to check out that link below, along with all the other community links down the Facebook page. We have a Patreon, all that good stuff. So it's all there. If you'd like to join it. If you believe in Jesus as beautiful, he's an amazing being. It's perfect. No way of connecting to the divine, as long as it's with love, is wrong. All right, let's get into our meditation. So if you would like to get comfy and present to this moment, we're going to get into some energy tuning and let ourselves connect to the divine, whatever resonates for you. This is time to connect to your divine essence, your connection to the divine. So, much love, beautiful. And allow yourself to connect into spirit the way you resonate with spirit. Because truthfully, most of our experiences of spirit are the human way of understanding spirit, because spirit is so broad and so multidimensional. And however your connection to spirit works, however it aligns for you, perfect. So keep that in mind as we go forward. If there are certain things that don't resonate with you, that's okay. Use your own words, use your own definitions. This is about your connection to spirit, your empowerment, and your alignment with the divine. All right, so wherever you are, feel free to close your eyes if you can, unless you're in your car. And just get comfy where you are. And allow this time for your connection to spirit, because we're always connected to spirit, but oftentimes we forget. And oftentimes we're in our monkey mind, in our ego, and we make decisions that aren't aligned to love, and we let fear take over. And even though no experience is wrong, it may not feel good, and it may not be aligned with love and oneness. Ultimately, that doesn't feel very good and isn't, the most helpful for us when it comes to manifesting our reality and being aligned to our biggest joy and our muchness, as I would like to say. So, as we connect into spirit, let us remember our connection to divine peace, our broader knowing, and let that guide us through our day. And exactly. allowing us to be present to, yeah, our muchness. I love that. I always love that. I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was so much my Mad Hatter. And we have lots of adventures together and magical creative times. And I've been talking to him recently, and I was like, oh, you're such a Mad Hatter. He's like, oh, well, I was. And I was like, you've lost your muchness. And he was like, I guess. I was like, no, you're still in there. Just because you've let the world beat you down doesn't mean you're not still in there. I was like, I will always see you as my Mad Hatter. And he like just chuckled, and he was like, oh, that's kind of nice. And I was like, see, you get it. You're still in there. Let yourself be. Let yourself fully express. It's really, really beautiful. So if you feel like judging, that is totally fine. This may not be the live stream for you, though, because we will be doing tarot in a little bit. So if that doesn't resonate with you, this may not be the live stream, or you can just trust that God speaks to you through many, many ways, and it's just a deck of cards. So it's totally up to you, but I love you either way. All right, let's get into our meditation. So close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And as you become present to your breath, I want you to visualize roots coming down through the base of your spine, down into the earth, grounding into the earth and her nurturing energy. I want you to visualize those nutrients of the earth coming up through those roots in through your spine as light. Whatever color resonates for you. It could be red like the root chakra, or green, or gold, whatever resonates for you. Any color is perfect. Coming up through your spine, revitalizing and nurturing like cool water or earth, that cool grounded energy. Let that soak through all your cells and rejuvenate all the parts of you. And as it comes up through your spine, I'm seeing it as gold energy, but I want you to visualize it lighting up your pineal gland and awakening to your higher knowing, and then coming up through your crown chakra as a beautiful flower, opening up to the divine energy, whatever that is for you, whether it's source, whether it's God, broader consciousness. Just open up that flower and start visualizing that light coming down into the top of your head, revitalizing all your cells, healing all parts of you that are not feeling good or just feeling a little stagnant, whether it's the emotional, the mental, the physical. And let that light come down through your body and filter through, touching each cell with that divine light, knowing that you are worthy of health and abundance and peace and joy and creative energy here on this plane. Knowing that you are here because you chose it, and you are worthy of a beautiful, loving, connected experience. And coming back to the remembrance that we all are worthy of this connection, and we all have it. And it's really about whether we decide to engage with it consciously or not, and allow ourselves to be full of this divine energy and knowing that we are loved, knowing that we are worthy, knowing that we can be present to whatever it is that we are inspired to. You are love. It is the divine expression of yourself that is love. And since we are a full projection of our more broad divine selves, let us remember that we can come to each day with love and intention and peace, no matter what comes into our space, we can meet it with love, and through love we can transmute that experience and inspire others to be present with love as well. Nothing is lost. Nothing is too lost to be loved, for we are all pieces of consciousness experiencing each other. You are so worthy of this time. You are so worthy of this stillness and this presence. And in this moment, I just want you to become present to 4, 5, 6, 10 things, whatever feel aligned to you. You don't have to count them. Things that you are in deep appreciation for in this current reality you are in. I can start us off, but then I'll let you take it in your own mind. You can speak out loud or just be present to it in your mind. I am so thankful and in deep appreciation of the trees, the beautiful dance that they clean our air and hold space for us in grounded beauty. That when we walk among them, they ground us into those beautiful earth energies that we've been born to in this life. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for the beautiful connections we are. I am thankful for my connection to spirit and its guidance and my ability to connect into it in multiple ways. I'm thankful for community and the communities that we are creating. I'm thankful for all the beautiful creative things in my house that I've manifested, my art and my plants, and how much abundance I have when it comes to all the fun things we get to enjoy this with. I'm thankful for new opportunities opening up and opportunities to grow and revisit wounds and triggers so that we can grow through them. I'm thankful for safe community and places to open ourselves up. I'm thankful for the contrast that we may create new things and open up new ideas and get clarity. Thank you. Thank you. We just want to take a few moments and yes, and just think to ourselves what really alive for us today that we're thankful for. The food in our fridge, the running water, the opportunity to go outside, let the sun kiss our face. There may be contrast in our world, but there is so much to be thankful for. The air in our lungs, the stars at night, the ability to connect to one another, our ability to connect to spirit guides, the ability to write and read and listen to music and dance. Yeah, the sun and the moon. We are so worthy of this experience, feeling good. And trusting that through the quest we can come to life with more love and that it will teach us how to love unconditionally. I'll give you minutes to be present to these things. Thankful for clean water and the opportunity to renew and refresh. Even the things that we feel may not be the way we want them to, we're here to engage with them differently and open up new possibilities for them. If we are believed they are lost, they can never be renewed. It is only through love and appreciation and seeing the value of all things that we can renew our relationship with them. All right, now I'm being guided to pull some cards as a message from Spirit through the tarot. So at this time, just ask Spirit, whoever guides you, to help you integrate whatever message it is you need to hear at this time. Trusting that Spirit will speak through whatever medium is available to it, because Spirit is broad and it is vast and it is not limited. All right, Spirit, what is the message you have for whoever is on this live stream? Beautiful. What is the message for anyone who comes across this video who is a vibrational match to this message? What does he need to hear? All right. So the first card that is coming out is the Fool. So trusting the fall, trusting the unknown, the surrendering into falling into the next year, right? This trust fall, right? Trusting that Spirit will catch us, that we are being guided. Yeah, trusting the next chapter, not needing to control it. For the next chapter is going to be full of magic and full of joy. And it is unwillingness to step into a new chapter that's causing us discomfort. I love the idea of the trust fall with Spirit, that we are always safe and always protected. All right, we have this Page of Swords. This is the time of learning. This is the time of opening ourselves up to new ideas and allowing ourselves to be in a receiving child's mind, a curiosity, right? Not getting stagnant in our knowing, but recognizing that there's so much to know, that the human mind can only perceive so much, and we are asking for clarity and knowing that Spirit Source will give it to us. We have the Hangman. It's time for a new perspective. It's time to pause and consider that we don't need to rush ahead. This is a time of clarity and looking at things in different ways. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, love. It's time to learn new perspectives. Everyone should explore them because we are one facet of consciousness, and there are so many beautiful perspectives out there. And this is going to bring us joy, so much joy, because it is in our expanded knowing, it's in our expanded openness that we can fully be our biggest self. So trusting this time. Yes. Okay, so we have the moon. This is about the unknown and things that are hidden from us. And knowing that just because things are hidden doesn't mean they're not there. And it doesn't mean that we are not safe and protected. This just means that there's more to explore, right? There is so much to know. There's so much to know. And it can be illuminated through many, many, many paths. And knowing that Spirit can speak through all mediums. There's Star card. We pulled that like 5 times yesterday. There's so much alignment here. We need to trust the process. We need to trust our truth and our intuition, knowing that we are being guided. And as we are open to guide, we are open to clarity, so much can come in for us. I know, right? That Star card is really just like wanting to be here. All right, so here's the Fool in reverse. So the message here is stop fearing the new. it's so necessary for you. It's so necessary for your journey. And the more you control the path and know all the pieces, the less joy we're going to have along the way. I don't even remember flipping this around, but there's the Fool in the upright. It's time to surrender. It's time to know that you are worthy and open yourself up to the new. All right, Spirit. Talking loud. And there's the Hangman again. This is so crazy. Like, oftentimes I'll have like one or two cards. The last couple of readings, like cards like keep coming up. The message is so clear. Perspective is everything, okay? And new perspective can be really powerful and really magical. If we don't let ourselves get stagnant, it can be so much expansiveness. And you see this, I am shuffling these cards. All right. This is the Six of Swords. Oh my gosh, there it is, flying out of my hands. We are moving in a positive direction. The Six of Swords is all about moving from something less wanted to something bigger and better. So we are moving towards it. And the Six of Swords, you know, does acknowledge that you're still moving out of an old chapter into a new chapter, but it's a confirmation you're moving in the right direction. So it's time to trust and like walk through that door of the new chapter. And we have this Nine of Swords. So Spirit is telling us not to get caught up in the story, especially the story of others. The Nine of Swords is the nightmare card. And the way I see a nightmare is, in the moment, it feels really, really real, right? And we get caught up in it. And it can be very like, it can really throw us off, right? But the thing about a nightmare is that it is a dream. And when we wake up, we go, oh, that wasn't real. So the nightmare card is a reminder that even if you're feeling the chaos and you're feeling this like intense energy and you're feeling that things may be really negative, there's more to it. That is a limited perspective and you're caught up in the story. And it's important to remember that through consciousness, through centeredness with Spirit, through allowing ourselves to be open to possibilities and love, that we can wake up from that story and recognize that that's all it is a story that we're buying into. That doesn't really serve us, because all it does is kind of like halt us in our tracks. All right, and we have this Two of Cups in reverse. What I'm with this is it's not really about anyone else. This is about you. This is about your personal journey. And from that grounded, centered space, then engage. But this isn't really about others' beliefs. This isn't really about other perspectives. This is about your journey with Spirit. Okay? This is your time to get clear with yourself. And then the rest will fall into place or fall out of place, whatever is necessary. But this really isn't about anything else. And then to follow that up, we have this Ten of Wands in reverse. So letting go of the burden of others in the sense of what their journey is. Like, obviously, we don't want to just say, like, throw you to the curb. Like, that's not what it's about. It's about recognizing they're on their journey, and that's not your responsibility. Yes, it's your responsibility to love them and to not harm people, but recognizing that if we were supposed to be experiencing that, we would have incarnated in their experience, right? That would have been our life, or a life very similar, and it's not. We incarnated in this reality, in our perspective, to live our dream and to be present with our journey. And yes, and letting people be who they are and trusting that they're being guided and that they're on a personal soul expansion journey, and we're not here to fix that for them. And really, no one changes unless they want to. They have to want to. And that's okay. They are a part of sacred consciousness that's doing its thing, just like you are. And they are worthy of that freedom. Everything's available to us. We are more supported And we have more resources than we realize, but we have to let them in. We have to believe they're there so that we can perceive them. Because as we know, if we are focused on one thing, things can walk by us and we don't even know they're there. Yes, this is the high priestess in reverse. Spirit is saying you have a lot of intuitions. You have a lot of knowing that you're not necessarily following for yourself. Because there is fear. There is that fear of the unknown. And you have allowed yourself to be burdened by a lot of things. And Spirit's saying, like, we know you're getting those intuitive hits. Like, it's time to follow your inner guidance. All right, Spirit. Okay. I believe these are the last two cards. We have this Page of Wands. What I'm hearing is get creative. It's not, we don't have to be so serious. This is a creative reality where everything is available to us. We can go out and plant gardens. We can go visit people. We can create beautiful pieces of art and music and be fully in expression of ourselves. It's time to be creative. It's time to let ourselves be authentic and not limit ourselves. What I'm also hearing here with this Four of Swords is let yourself rest. You know, so many of us are in service to others in a way that isn't healthy. It's okay to rest. It's okay to rejuvenate yourself. Within this creative process, don't forget to rest. On all the time. It's a natural ebb and flow of our consciousness. Our body needs to rest. Our consciousness needs to be able to go off into the ethers. When we sleep, our spirit is free and effervescent. It's really important. And even just rest from the expectations. Rest from the judgment. Right? You are so worthy of this time. And swords is about the mind. So this is the mental rest. So allowing yourself to sleep, but really let yourself meditate. Let yourself come to peace and not worry so much about everything else. You're on your path. You'll be inspired to what you need to do. Trust that. You don't need to do all the things. And there will be many who are inspired to specific things and we'll do them together. But trust your inner guidance. You are just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. So trust that. Allow yourself to rest. It's not all you. It's not all on you. All right, beautiful souls. I'm going to pull one more card, or maybe two, to post in the Telegram group for today. We have a card. If you would like to engage with any of these cards further or see the healing process, you can head over to the Cosmic Spirit Church Telegram, where I post these daily. And link down below are all our other community spaces as well. We have Patron and Facebook and all the good stuff. And there's all different kinds of juicy things in each one of those. Each space is different. Each space has different content. So definitely go check them out if you feel inspired to it. All right, Spirit, what is the closing message for today? What do you want to leave us with? Well, not really leave us, but to the chapter and move into our day with clarity. All right, there's one. No. There's two. Do we have three? If you like this Oracle deck, this is the pocket version. This is Beyond Lumeria, and if you really like it, there's a larger deck with a guidebook where all these cards are the same, but it like is way more. Thank you, love. You are a blessing. I feel that love from you. All right, here we go. Oh, is there a fourth card? No. Okay. All right, our first card. Isn't that beautiful? Radical expansion. Ooh, yummy. It is time for radical ways of being and thinking. And you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Wow, isn't that in alignment? Good Lord. These cards are, highly recommend these because they're like a nugget, like a juicy nugget of wisdom that you can just like read really quick and you don't have to go into a book. Highly recommend. And there's a lot of oracle decks, like the Isis Oracle and the Kali Oracle and the I think they have one for the Sacred Rebels. I'm not sure, but like these are just so fun and you can just put them on your altar. Anyway, sorry, that was a random tangent. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as your ideas or offerings might be, they could be just what the world is waiting for, what the world wants. Be the masterpiece your soul always wanted to be. Beautiful. Next card is Air, Paradigm Shift. This is a time of tremendous change, and the speed of our evolution is increasing exponentially. We can build energetic sovereignty, inspire others, connect dots, and receive and share the knowledge and tools needed for transformation. When we wake up, we can't help but awaken those around us. It may start with an inquiry on what this fresh, new, and long-awaited breath in is all about. An expansive being holds a tiny heart-shaped seedling. When the foundations we build on come from a place of love over fear, we will see huge positive changes in the world. We can start with ourselves. Beautiful. And the last card here, Beyond the Mind. The mind moves us through the logistics of life so we can function in the world. However, endless mental chatter, self-doubt, limiting stories, and subconscious programs can keep us in our suffering. Step outside mind-based limitations. Looking at things in an overly logical way will hinder you and access to your superpowers. The past may be running you and making your mind spin so you cannot see what is really in front of you. Consider what your heart and your gut are telling you. What would the situation at hand feel like if you released all fears and worries? Are these concerns even yours? Beautiful. All right, so I will post those to the group chat, which is such a yummy space. We have a group chat, and then, well, we have a group that we like share all, like, I share all the like upcoming things and things of that nature, and then we have a group chat that is pinned to the top of that. So we have both of those in Telegram. Thank you so much for joining today. It was so much yummy energy. Feeling a lot of open energy, and even with the contrast of things like TikTok and things coming to light, just use this as an opportunity to tune ourselves to love, tune ourselves to new creative opportunities, letting us not stay stagnant, but recognize we have the power to create a world that feels good to us. Oh, you're welcome. I love you. All contrast is an opportunity to get more creative and to consider new pathways to our truth, and trusting that what is meant for us will be, and that nothing is lost, but we can revisit it as more clarity comes. And yeah, you are so loved, and thank you for being here. So many blessings on your way into what is the next part of your journey today. And remember, you're worthy of being you and your most expanded self. The universe will meet you there. And even though it might not feel it at first, the universe will meet you with your community and will meet you with that reflection. But you have to hold true to it. If you back off, the universe is going to start sending you something else, because it's always a mirror, right? So if you stay true to yourself and you stay open, the universe will give that back to you. So much love, beautiful beings. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I will be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, on Saturdays, we have Cosmic Spirit Church at 9 a.m. So definitely already, don't forget to do that. And yeah, we'll see you soon. beautiful day. You are so loved. You are not so loved.